Crowd going wild. Yeah, crowd going wild in the chat right now. Engines humming through your headphones. You ready? This the league they tune in for.
Got them locked to the stream, can't blink, can't breathe. Got them up by the seats, green flag low from the screen. Every turn, every move, hearts beating. Best show you'll ever seen. Who'll be the king of the track with every stat on bleed? Watch every name on board, that's a whole new speed. Virtual sparks when they dive out, turn four. Excitement picking up, you can feel it through the floor. Late night, wide eyes, they replaying this run. Rewind, slow-mo, racing under the setting sun. Pedals on fire, glued to the feet. Every restart feels like a brawl indeed. We live for that countdown. 3, 2, 1, green. Elite racing league, they can't look away. Hearts in their throats, every move they make. Jack going crazy, it popping on the speedway. Elite racing league, leaders set the pace. Elite racing league, all the other in chase. Sweat on my neck, but I can't miss this view. Got a hometown kid on pole, mama watching from her phone. Fans in the room and they lean to the screen. Hands on their face when drivers spread that steam. Every tight corner like a fever dream. With the checkered inside, will this thing clean up? 3, 2, 1, green. Elite racing league, they can't look away. Hearts in their throats, every move they make. Jack going crazy, it popping on the speedway. Elite racing league, leaders set the pace. Last lap, heartbeat sync with the crowd. Engine scream, sound the siren loud. If you ride with us, better stay on track. Once you take this seat, you don't go back.
Welcome, race fans, to race number 3 of the Tanks GG Truck Series. Tonight, we go old school racing here at Atlanta before the 2021 reconfiguration, back when it was high speed, worn out, multi-groove racing on this 1.5 miles that chewed up tires and rewarded throttle control. No pack racing, but these drivers will still be right on top of each other. We're racing here where the grits and the guts and raw horsepower take center stage underneath this Georgia sun. They call it Hot Atlanta for a reason, and that is because it gets very slippery and hot when these trucks will be on track today. Qualifying is just about to wrap up. My name is Gerald Campbell, your announcer here for tonight's race. You have Jesse Rasimas, the producer, giving you these wonderful shots that you see here at this Atlanta racetrack, and our race control will be Cameron Rich. Qualifying just has wrapped up as these drivers get lined up on the field. This is the 3rd race of the 10-race regular season, where we will eliminate most of these drivers to a 14-race playoff situation. So as we see these drivers starting to get back up to the grid, we're going to go through the field here. Starting in the pole position here tonight is Tommy Ryan in the 66. Tom Bourne, another great qualifying start for him, who's going to be starting in the second position. Trey Eidson in third, Justin Fuller fourth, Corey Abbott fifth, Seth Rawls in sixth, William White in seventh, E.J. O'Rourke in eighth. Jeff Ryan, the other Ryan brother, is going to be starting in the ninth position. Josh Freed in the 10th, and Frank Fody in the 11th position. Dylan Javier in 12th. Starting in the 13th position, it's going to be Cody McCorkle. 14th will be Gavin Hibbs. Jaden Rasimas in 15th. Joshua Adams in the 16th position. 17th is Jeff Green. 18th is Hunter Smith. 19th is the points leader, Ray Bracey, and our Daytona champion. JP Phillips in 20th. Randy Yoakum in 21st. Paul Michelija 22nd. Ty McIntosh in 23rd. Chad Frankenfield will be starting in the 24th position. 25th, Andrew Hardcastle. Colin Bolton in the 26th position. 27th is Brenton Jones. 28th is Justin. That's all it has. It's Justin.
Yeah, I think it's Justin Vanderbilt for some reason is cutting off his last name.
He doesn't need a last name. It's Justin. Logan Shear in 29th. Leighton Norgard 30th. Mathieu Weeks in 31st. Ethan Burrell 32nd. Graham Bulls in 33rd. Connor Thompson 34th. Harrison Talon 35th. Dustin Durer 36th. Michael Hossack 37th. Trent Olaf in 38th, Sam Batweld in 39th, Dominic Wright in 40th, Art Reimer in 41st, Gavin Higgins 42nd, and we're not sure exactly who's going to be out of those to qualify for the final spot. 40, it's a 45? Okay. Bryce Fody in 43rd, Rob Mooney 44th, and Clay Mitchell in 45th. I'm guessing, Goody, you didn't get to qualify.
Yeah, that's why I knew. Yep, I knew it was 45 for a reason. I did not practice our qualifying lap, but yeah.
We give the guy a day off, and he screws it all up, and he comes back into work.
Yeah, now I got to work anyway.
The cat dragged in.
Hey, it's good. It's good to be here, though. I think, just in practice, this is a fun car to drive out, or truck to drive out here tonight. I think these guys are going to put on one hell of a show.
Well, these drivers are getting ready here. They're going to be, they're already having some stuff going on track.
Hey, no funny business. It should be me doing that. He did not qualify. I think that was the issue there for Scotty Larson.
Well, they are lined up, getting ready to go here where the racing gets good, and the good get racing at Hotlanta. Let's get this party started, and let's slide some tires into turn one. As they get going here, already going out to the front of the pack here, it's going to be the 66 sideways coming out of turn two.
Nice save.
Wow. Incredible save by the 66 there, as they are still able to keep going. No, 27's getting sideways.
Man, this track
needless to say, it is very slippery out there.
This track, in practice, it almost felt like the Cup race at Atlanta today, but you're still on that old Atlanta surface. It's going to be wild. We're going to see a lot of cars slide. We're going to see a lot of saves here tonight. You can see a lot of smoke here coming out of turn number 2.
Yeah, needless to say, these drivers are very aggressive early on here. Ooh. That's allowed Todd Bourne to get out front. Oh, wow. Look at that. I'm surprised that was off the racing surface.
Oh, that's Bryce.
Yeah, that was Bryce Fody. Yeah, that was Bryce Fody down there. It was off the racing surface, so that will not cause a yellow, but if enough trucks are involved, admin may throw yellow, so we'll have to keep an eye on and see if that is something that they do. As Tom Bourne's got himself out to a pretty decent lead, these drivers are starting to figure it out to get used to the slidiness. I say that, battle for second almost ended up with another driver going off into the inside wall. That was, I believe, Seth Rawls there on the bottom in the 25. He's still going to be battling on the bottom.
Yeah, it's slick. It's on that bottom side. It's going to be hard to pass guys running that outside line. It does wear your tires out more, but definitely get a good run off the corner and see almost who's at the 57 of Dylan Javier. Oh, we got a crash on the back stretch.
That's not Jeff. That's the 2. That's McCorkle. turn down the back straightaway. I think that was off of the 41.
Dragon. Oh, man. Sorry, buddy. Got into that one, too.
I do believe the 41 may have come down into the 2 there and what's caused this massive pile up here.
I almost think, oh, man, Brent Jones got in there hard,
Brent Jones, yeah.
Oh, he got a hit from Ethan Burrell.
He got the old bubble level, double bubble treatment there.
Yeah. I almost want to go back to McCorkle and Fody. Something me and Dewar were doing in practice, too. Oh, yeah, maybe not. Let's see here. Fody's got a great run on that outside, and
he had his nose there. Oh, yep. Yeah, just
that was
just
never mind. That was not close. Yep, just hooked him. I just kind of got the run, and oh man, that was such a hard lick for Brent Jones.
Yeah, I think Brent Jones might be out of today's race. that was a pretty hard hit by that 89.
Yeah, he might be done. That was a good lick, and I think Dusty's not too bad here. Burrell might even have a little bit of front end damage from that hit to Brent Jones as well. That was a pretty good lick in the rear end. Oh, tank slapper there.
Nothing for Brent Jones to do. No.
Yeah. And it could have been worse. I mean, not probably for Brent because he's already in pretty bad shape, but at least it didn't add even more cars after he went sliding. It's a good avoidance overall, but we're under a first caution here on lap number 6. You see some of the cars come down pit road, getting those damage fixed, probably changing some tires after a lot of these guys were slipping and sliding that first run.
Well, we do have a stage on lap 30. That's going to be the only stage. It does not cause a yellow, but there is points to be awarded. We've seen how important points are because, well, there's not a win and in situation. You need to be in the top 14 in points to be able to lock yourself into the chase. So these drivers are going to go about trying to race hard for these points that are awarded from 1st to 10th on lap 30. So yeah, maybe some drivers are playing some strategy to get some tires in now. They only have a limited amount of tires to be able to work with. So once you use them all up, you don't get any more. That's all you get.
And you know, maybe they are trying to save those tires. Maybe want to start in the back so they're not in the way with these guys. Maybe a little bit better tires after sliding on the racetrack. But really, you know, maybe it's just checking how bad did their tires slide in the corner when they were sliding around. We've seen the 66 of Tommy Ryan get really sideways a couple times, really. So his tires might be a little bit used up, but it's still early on in the race, Gerald. So early on, the difference is there, but it might not be huge, at least not yet.
Well, as a driver that tried to get into the race and you were out there practicing, how much does the draft here really affect the handling? I mean, is it a snappy type of loose? Is it kind of it's almost hard to predict kind of situation? How does it feel out there?
It's kind of one of those things. If you got a car tucked up behind you, it's going to slide around quite a bit. But if you're the car behind, one time I was behind Jeff Green, I thought I had a flat tire. That thing shot up to the track so fast, and sometimes it wouldn't affect it much at all. It just kind of depends on how you're lined up going into the corner. But being in traffic, it's definitely a tale of two evils here of the loose and tight. So it's something these drivers again are going to have to worry about here.
Well, there is a strong showing of trucks here tonight. 50 trucks showed up tonight's race. Obviously, only a limited amount were able to get to qualify in. But these drivers are excited to get this series going again. Only the 3rd race of the season, as points are still relatively new and still relatively hard to get, as these drivers are going to go back green here. Looks like Tom Bohr got a really good start on that inside lane. Going to try to see if he can be able to clear the 55, but the 55 of Fuller's right onto his door. That's going to upset the 16. Oh, they didn't come up the racetrack.
And it's hard because on that bottom, you're going to want to drift up. That will kill that momentum, and that's where that top side does prevail. And right now, Justin Fuller looks like he's going to take that lead, but maybe Tommy Bourne's got something for him.
Tom Bourne's really trying to hold on to that top position here, but it looks like the momentum will go to the drivers on the outside lane as the 55 has now cleared himself for the lead, and now Hibbs is now looking to try to battle for that 2nd position. But here comes Tom Bourne back on that inside lane. He has a good strong.
Oh, there's Rucker, Chad Frankenfield. Oh, Frank Fody in the wall.
Oh, Frank Fody hard into the wall. They're still wrecking.
Oh boy, this is as we see in the Cup race at Atlanta today, the kind of just the big wrecks here. Oh, some hard like Logan Shea there in the 4-car. Weeks, I believe. Is that Weeks? No, who's that ahead of?
Well, let's see where it started at. It started a few trucks above.
Yeah, I saw Chad sideways. Oh, right. I think was it William White and Chad getting together? I believe.
Yeah, William White slid right in front of Chad, caused Chad to have to check up and send him sideways. You'll see there.
And I think White got that same effect where it just shoots up the track. You get so tight, it's almost like you cut a tire.
And Ray Bracey, our points leader, involved there. Oh wow, Ray Bracey does an amazing job.
Oh, we might need an onboard of that 7 truck. Or 07 truck. Holy moly. Chad, he doesn't look too bad with the damage on that 15 truck. A little bit. Let's take a look at the 07.
Go on board here.
Kind of nowhere to go. This all happened right in front of him.
Gets into Chad, sideways, into the 41.
Yikes!
And then drives on by.
Yep, not too hectic in that cockpit. He's still good. Maybe he has to knock a fender out there a little bit, but overall he's rolling.
Mathieu Weeks there. Into that inside wall and then
Ooh.
slammed by a few others.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's where the heavy damage comes into play. The second caution here this early on in the race, it's one of those things.
I was hearing some of you drivers say that this was starting to amp up to be a race that looked like it was going to be a little antsy out there. Maybe a few cautions that we're going to probably end up coming from these early incidents of driver handling gone wrong.
And that's exactly what it's going to be. You know, on these short runs, it is like the new Atlanta, because you're basically going full throttle, taking advantage of the draft, and that's again when those cars get so upset. We just seen it there with William White to cause this last incident. But over a run, these cars can spread out, and it will feel more like that old Atlanta. But it's going to be the question now that we have 46 or 45 cars out here tonight. Will they be able to get that long run in?
I think we did have 45. I don't think we have that still.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah.
they quickly changed that out.
Right.
You see all the drivers trying to come off the pit road on that screen right here is they're trying to beat the pace car out. No, I don't think all of them made it.
No, I think
a few of them might be end up having to stop.
Yep, they got busted. So it'll be roughly about 40 cars still on the lead lap, but a lot of these trucks obviously a little worse for the wear.
Right now, our leader is Fuller, who was able to take that lead on that advantage on that last restart on the outside. Once again, picks the outside lane. Tom Bourne's going to be underneath him. Gavin Hibbs in third. Javier fourth. Seth Rawls fifth. EJ O'Rourke in sixth. Eids in seventh. Adams eighth. Smith in ninth. And William White is relegated to the 10th position. That's our top 10. We'll see how they are able to save if we go green here, because that's always the factor, is who's got the tires at the end of this when we get closer to that stage where the top 10 will be awarded some points. Pace car lights are off, as it will now go to the leader to set the green flag, and he has now just launched himself by a big margin, cleared himself by about 3 truck lengths going into turn 1, so he made sure he was not battling anyone when he gets into turns 1 and 2 here, as they are all stacked up behind him.
One thing I've been watching, especially we watched Tom Bourne here, how he's running on that bottom side. To see cars get loose on the backstretch there as well. I want to see how these guys drive that bottom. And early on, we're very early sample size. I am really liking how Tom Bourne's hooking on that bottom, especially with the car on the outside.
It does tend to showcase a lot more restraint on tire spin and being able to save that right front, but he really does get in there very deep as he is now underneath, battling for the lead. He's able to get to the side of him, but not the momentum to stay there.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to make passes on that inside, but if you can put up a good fight, and so far Tom Bourne is trying to do that, but look, he's got Dylan Javier right on his inside. So this is kind of a duking out from second on back, 2x2, and Fuller trying to gap him as much as he can.
So Tom Bourne now trying out that high side for the first time tonight. It's going to have some momentum. See if he's able to make a move down this backstretch to be able to retake the lead. Yeah, a couple drivers back there making a little bit of contact with the wall. That's not going to be uncommon here at Atlanta.
Yeah, it's going to be almost like a Darlington out of that turn 2. It seems to be the real
problem child.
That tight, straight backstretch instead of this dog leg. So it's a little harder, a little hairier to get out of turn 2 than it is turn 4.
Oh,
oh boy! He could just say, "Hey, I was just snaking to try to break away the draft." You know, he can play that game.
Yeah, that is loose. That is a pure example of loose right there, as he is still trying to take over that position and staying on the throttle. No matter how much his tires hate him right now, able to get himself into the third position. EJ O'Rourke, as the caution is out.
Ooh.
I'm not seeing exactly where just yet.
Debris, did Robbie Gordon throw his roll bar padding again?
Oh no!
Boy.
Oh no!
Oh, yep, we were wrong.
Well, that was near last almost.
I don't know. Well, it might be like a net. You know, they made contact, but it like just hooked. They were stuck. I think once they made contact, that appeared.
That might be night over for Randy Yoakum, and I think that was Sam Batwell.
Yeah, that was a hard hit. And outside wall. So they make this contact, they just stick. Oh man, it's a pretty good lick for the head-on hit for Yoakum. Boutwell might be okay.
Talk about a bad sponsor to have. I mean, icy. I mean, put your tongue on it, you're gonna get stuck to it.
Yep. Yeah.
That's exactly what happened there. That's exactly what happened.
It's ice. Oh man, but yeah. Now there's we're just talking about 45 cars starting this race. There might be even a few more kind of knocked off. This is like I feel like we're in Willy Wonka's chocolate factory here right now.
Well, these drivers are gonna decide going down pit road. Let's go ahead and do our first break of the night real quickly, as hopefully we'll be back in time to see the beginning of the next restart here.
This is Bobby Bolin from Tom Bolin Ford, and I have huge news for you. Right now, we are offering interest rates as low as 3.99 on most of our used cars. That's right, 3.99 happening right now. And it gets even better. These used vehicles come with the Bolin Lifetime Powertrain Warranty, giving you protection for the long haul. This is your chance to save big with incredible rates and shop our wide variety of trucks, vans, SUVs, and cars. Only at Tom Bolin Ford in Hannibal. Heck of a deal, ain't it?
Tickets for the 2026 Season of Speed at Worldwide Technology Raceway are on sale now. The Bomarito Automotive Group 500, June 6th and 7th. The NASCAR Cup Series Enjoy Illinois 300, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and Confluence Music Festival, September 11th through 13th. And the NHRA Napa Auto Parts Midwest Nationals, October 2nd through 4th. Save big by going to WWTRaceway.com.
Blue Egg Marketing. Rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand towards victory lane. So don't spin your wheels, accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big.
Well, we do appreciate everyone tuning back into us. We had a little hiatus there, where we had about 3 weeks off. Our last race was at Watkins Glen, all the way back on January 25th. That is when Tyler Fody won that race, and good to have everyone back. We'll be going back to a almost normal schedule here, as on March 1st will be racing at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That big old track that these drivers are, some will be looking forward to. Drivers like me always really didn't like that big old flat track, but it
IRP.
does. Yeah, IRP. It adds a lot of different driving styles to this series. If you're going to make the final 14 in this 10 race to the chase, you have to be able to excel at a lot of different tracks. You got Watkins Glen. You have this track here at Atlanta, Indianapolis. Then we'll be going to Nashville Fairgrounds, and then back to Talladega. So we got a lot of racetracks that these drivers are going to have to try to master to be able to get into that top 14, especially when 50 drivers show up to all these races. So this truck series is super competitive here, as it looks like the pace car lights are off. We're going to be going back green, as now EJ O'Rourke will be starting on that inside lane. Green flag is out. Or actually, outside lane. Yeah, great start for Fuller once again. Able to get out front.
He's been on point in these restarts. This time, even the guy behind him was not able to jump as good as they did last time on that outside line. As man, he's pulling out to a pretty good lead. Gavin Hibbs still digging pretty hard right behind him. Trying to take a look here.
Yeah, battle for the lead. The 95 able to get a really good run. Going to be able to jump to the inside here, as here they come back to the front straightaway, as Gavin Hibbs is now going to be underneath them. But once again, we've seen it multiple times, that outside lane having the momentum, able to clear himself as they enter turn 1.
And these bumps, and again, this is the old Atlanta before the repave. So these cars are racing again just as close as they do in the new Atlanta, but the bumps in these corners will upset the car, and that's another factor when you're watching these guys run side by side and trying to make these moves like that 95 is right now.
As we are getting closer and closer to the stage, the drivers are going to get amped up with a little bit more of anticipation of trying to be able to get those spots as they can. As you see the 95 really trying to dive it in there, trying to clear himself, unable to do so once again.
Job. Could pull off that slide job, but how about this? I'm looking in 10th place. He worked his way back up. Chad Frankenfield back in the top 10. Tip my cap to that old fart.
Yeah, got his damage fixed and is back out there. Helps when half the field is involved in a wreck already.
that's fair too, but yeah, he's definitely looking pretty fast out here right now in the top 10. But the fastest man on campus right here is Justin Fuller, pulling out, kind of gapping Gavin Hibbs right now, and EJ O'Rourke right now in his tailpipe.
See a lap car coming back on track right in front of the leaders. Oh boy!
Did Gibbs get squirrely there? Oof.
That or Adams got moved up the racetrack just a little bit, but as they come back to the front straightaway, we're going to be coming back to 6 laps before the end of this stage, as these drivers are really pushing it right now.
And Tom Bourne's trying to regain that momentum. We just seen him up front, but he's trying to hang on at least. He's dropped back at least 4 spots, but Madeline's still there yet on that inside. See if that can still pay off for him. See the drivers kind of moving up here, a lot of them.
Yeah, definitely a lot of comers and goers depending on where they are on their tires, as a car goes through the grass back there trying to make a pass. Almost caused a wreck. I don't even know who that was. It was an all red truck, but 95 up in the wall.
Oh man, it gets slick up there too. And look, EJ O'Rourke able to do the slide job to pull himself into 2nd position.
Yeah, it looked like Hibbs was trying to get to the outside of Fuller, and Fuller slid on up, and the 95 lost his front nose and into the wall, which is very easy to do. What we've seen. 95 Hibbs
again.
Back at the wall again.
He's starting to knock that wall down pretty good. I don't know, maybe he burnt that right front tire. It's going to get tight, especially in this traffic that he's in right now.
I know these points are important, but there is no yellow at the end of this stage. They continue going. So hopefully he hasn't burnt his tires up where he'll fall too far back, but he is definitely on the slide backwards at the moment.
I think there's a lap car up ahead. I can't quite make out who it is, but that could play a factor in this dicing for the last couple laps of the stage. We'll have to see if they can catch, or if they do catch him. Might be close.
Fuller's doing a really good job of controlling the lanes up on the high side now, as it looks like momentum has swung to where you're at, or almost at the wall, is what the grooving is looking like, as that's where the majority of drivers tend to slide up to and race off of.
There you see our points leader. You see Ray Bracey on the outside coming out of turn 4. That's back for the 13th position. He's up 6 spots from his starting position. But you know, I think the main thing keeping his car clean. And right now there's not a dent on it. And I think he's trying to keep it that way.
Chad Frankenfield sliding back
Oh! Is it the 12 of Norgard?
Yeah, Leighton Norgard had to take. Yeah, he had to get out of the way, that 15 car that was sliding back. As here they come, they're going to be coming back around to only one more lap left in this stage. Fuller has a pretty sizable advantage right now out front, but the battle still is within that top 10 for the points to be gained. So those drivers are all right on top of each other, trying to gain as much as they can. Here comes the 37 on the outside. That is Ethan Burrell. Had a huge momentum, able to pass about 3 trucks in one go in that turn.
How about this? Trey Eitzen, he's gone all the way. He's passing Fuller, trying to take this stage win. He turned on the wick, and I think he took the stage. Wow, where did he come from?
I did not see Eitzen even catch him. Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, sorry we missed that, Trey.
Yeah, I did not. Fuller for the last second was like a second ahead in one turn, and he lost all of it. I have to believe that probably him and Ethan Burrell have new tires. That's the only way I can suspect that these drivers have that much speed comparative to the rest of the field.
That or they were saving Mega League, you know, in those first runs. But I'll have to see, did they make to see? They probably haven't. No, I can't see from my screen right now.
There you go. Yes, they did take tires on lap 13.
Thank you.
So 13 lap fresher tires than our leader.
They either on the first part of this restart, it must not have been as big of a difference until we kind of got more heat built up in those tires, or they might have been saving a little bit, because it felt like they really didn't turn on that wick until maybe with like 3 laps to go on the stage. Oh boy!
Wow, 66 slid right up in front of Chad, acting like he wasn't even there almost. Chad had to slam on the brakes pretty hard there to stay off of our pole sitter there.
Yeah, you see like all these cars that were just battling for the stage. Tom Bourne back in 12th. Chad Frankenfield is just outside the top 10. He's fallen back to 16th. So we're seeing the guys who maybe took tires stayed out. Oh boy, man, Tommy Ryan got a little loose there in the middle of that 3-wide situation. Oh boy, it's still tight going into 1. Oh boy.
Oh wow, he shoves it in there. Oh, he cleared himself a Tom Bourne. Oh, Ray Bracey into the side of him.
Oh man, and he's in the wall, and I think he's got pretty good damage now. That right front.
Oh boy, yeah, no, that's. I'm thinking Ray Bracey may end up getting a severe tally damage.
Yep. Oh man, that's a similar damage that Jeff Green had in practice. And I think when he said he came into the pits, that was about 4 minutes of damage, and he said it didn't affect the driving on the short run, but definitely on older tires, which we're on right now. That's going to be a handful.
Yeah, unfortunately for our pole sitter, he's got some severe amount of damage, as Eitzen has himself now a very sizable gap to Ethan Burrell, both of those drivers on the same tire strategy. Now these drivers like a Fuller, like some of these others that have stayed out on older tires, they need a caution. They need tires immediately to even the playing field. Right now, those drivers with the fresher tires are hoping that doesn't happen. They would like this to continue in their favor.
And you know what? Sorry, guys at home, you're probably talking to the worst pit strategy guys, because we're at a part of the race here, Gerald, where the cars are getting spread out, and we could be talking green flag pit stops. And can we predict what they could do, Gerald? I don't know, because we are literally the worst at this. When do you?
Well, here's the thing with pitting. The longer we go, the more of a chance of a caution, because the worse this truck will handle. So do you pit if you need tires, or do you try to stay out as long as you can? Well, for those drivers that are in full slide mode right now and are falling to the back of the field, the bigger chance it is that they decide to take the tires. But if a caution comes out, their night is ruined. Absolutely ruined, to where they are going to be, at that point, a lap down. So do you take the tires knowing that you need the advantage, or do you wait? Again, waiting longer means that more of these drivers are going to slide and a bigger chance of caution. So right now, it becomes an advantage to just wait, because it's not worth doing it just yet. But in another 10 laps, we'll see if that's still the case.
And that's the whole fickle beast of figuring out that fuel strat or the pit strategy, because do you short pit and on the back end closer to the end of the race, if we do remain green, you're going to be at a severe disadvantage at the end. It's just all about timing and what you think's going on. And you know, we are getting spread out, but as we see here, we still have some 3-wide situations. So we're single filing out a little bit, but these cars aren't gapping as much as I maybe thought they. I thought they'd maybe be gapped a little bit more at this point in the run.
You're still getting some drivers on old tires, and you're still getting drivers with new tires catching up to them. So in another 10 laps, it will be a little bit more spaced out. But all it takes is just one driver losing control.
Oh, boy.
Wow, great move there by Dustin Dewar, able to dive underneath the 49 there going into turn 1 and 2.
And breathing fire now, moving up through the field. I think he was about 20th about 2 laps ago. I just had to look and see how my buddy was doing and moving up. Definitely a guy on the charge here. We've seen him get a damage in, I believe, the first caution. So a good rally for the Dragon, but he's in a 3-wide pickle right now as Tom Bourne. He's just trying to hang on with those tires.
You wonder why we say we're talking about tires. We probably will talk more about tires here at Atlanta than just any other track, as they're still sliding. Oh, big slide in the back. He's going to lock it up.
He does.
He saved it.
That was there. That was crazy. He was in the tank slappers of all tank slappers.
Yeah.
Who was
so
that?
he might want tires. Whoever that is, I think he wants tires at this moment. I don't think he's willing to wait much longer.
Is that the... Oh, that's Jeff.
That was Jeff Green.
That was not his normal scheme there. I couldn't quite make that out. Man,
he actually had contact by 41 there.
Yeah,
that was
Frank
Fody got into him.
Second time he's made contact with somebody like that. Oh man, what a save here! This is your 2000 Busch Series champion. He may be an old fart, but he's still got the moves.
Yeah, but he's lost a lot of track position right now. He's in desperate need of a caution.
And tire. Holy man, the tire.
Yeah, his tires are not happy.
But one guy here not complaining about tires at all is Troy Eitz, and as he's pulling away, still holding about a 1.3 second gap to Ethan Borelli. You see those guys, the top 4 guys who took tires. Norgard, another guy, back in the 10th position right now. But yeah, those guys, top 4, they're pulling away from the guys who stayed out.
Caution is out on track right now. See exactly where it happened at.
Hit halfway. Is this our guilty party?
Let's see. Oh, there was a big pile up here. Wow. Oh, who was that coming down pit road?
Frankenfield. Oh, Dragon.
Oh,
was that? Oh boy. Yep. Just
so how do
an accordion effect behind him.
The question is, did Chad Frankenfield announce he was coming down pit road? Because if he didn't, I mean, that was evasive maneuver by the field.
Right. I gotta wonder. I can't see Chad not calling it out. He's generally pretty good at this, but you even look, Dusty doesn't really react, and even Ty McIntosh, none of them were really concerned.
No one's reacting to him going down. Wow, that was a great move by Dusty, not ramming him.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it just kind of got worse as it got back, and that's where we saw the crash happen. But man, that was, I mean,
in my opinion, it comes down to, did Chad Frankenfield say anything or not?
Yeah, and sometimes some of these guys have those hotkeys and it will text you, but sometimes you're so focused in that cockpit too, you're not looking up at that, the text bar above your head.
It's an elite rule that you are to announce that you're pitting. or in one shape, form, or another. It is your obligation to let the drivers behind you aware of the situation.
Now we'll have to see what race control calls on that. Again, kind of assuming that it looked like it didn't. He didn't call it out, but we'll have to see how that plays out as the cars are down pit road. See who wins the race off. I'm pretty sure everyone's going to be taking 4 tires now.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's saving these tires for anything. They're kind of gonna throw these into the trash and start anew. You see right there, the 66. He's got some damage to fix, so he should be on pit road for a while.
Oh, Burrell had a chance, but Trey Eidson able to hold him off and hold on to the lead. We got Burrell, Javier, Fuller, Phillips, O'Rourke, Adams, Norgard, Rawls, and Hibbs, your top 10 off of pit road.
Jesse, did you hear the race admin? They just awarded a penalty. Did you hear who it was to?
I did not, unfortunately.
We'll have to see if we can see who did get the official tally. Who is it? Who is our off track here tonight?
I believe it was Cameron. I think Weeks was in the race, just like you. Everyone deciding to take the day off.
Hey, old Atlanta. That's always a fun one. And man, I left the lobby too. Otherwise, I was going to say I could have looked and see who they did award that penalty to. But are you in the session, Gerald? Look at that game.
He hasn't posted it yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sometimes it takes a second. It's a lot of typing to do. But as we see coming to
yeah, I do hear Chad arguing quite a bit, so that's why I'm in the beliefs that.
Hey, he made the rule. You can't complain about it, right?
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
These drivers are lined back up. This gives us they're about right around the halfway point, like you said. So the drivers have had half the race to try to figure it out. Now they get to apply it again on this half and see how they are able to come out. Do they go into tire saving mode immediately? Or do we see the on top of each other atmosphere that we saw at the beginning of the race? We're about to find out.
This is where we're going to see it here, Gerald, because everyone's on an even playing field now. So it's going to be what have you learned in the first half of the race and apply it right now.
I have a feeling that we'll probably still get some of the drivers trying to drive a little harder than others. But here they go. It looks like it's going to be Eidson out front, going to be taking a really healthy lead out in the front of the field here as he has now cleared himself by about 3 truck lengths going into turn 1. The battle is now on for second.
Yeah, the leaders so far all night long on these restarts able to just jump out. I think Eidson, this might be the best restart. Ooh, Javier. Oh, Norgard, everyone's just
Norgard up the racetrack and a little contact.
And that's probably something I don't know if we addressed early on in the broadcast, but on fresh tires, this first lap, it is like you're driving on ice. As you see Tom Bourne
sliding way back.
Yep.
Oh, contact. 34 and the 25, a little bit of contact. They're both going to lose a ton of positions.
Oh, Dusty! Oh, boy! Oh, Dusty's on his side. Holy moly. Oh, his hood's flat. Oh, man. William White batted. Oh, man.
Dusty is dust. He is dust.
Yep, you're driving on glass, man, right now. On these new tires on a restart, it's gonna be chaotic, and this was just a product of that.
Man, put a sheet over that truck there. Dusty did not handle that contact very well. Tom Bourne on the inside there. You're on board with Dustin Dewar there. Yes. Oh, contact there. Sideways as he goes.
I was wondering, did he get contact from the rear? He had a truck really close to him in his rear view mirror. And I don't know if he got loose or reacted to the truck behind him. Man.
Let's see. He hits the wall.
Pushed up. Oh, and Vanderbilt too. It's just a combination of a lot of bad. Oh man, those.
Oh, Vanderbilt lost his foot. Oh. I think that went straight into the wall.
And now we're talking back about car count here tonight, starting 45. We might be down to close to half by the end of it.
Yeah, all these hits were major hits. There wasn't a single late hit in this one.
And I think Dusty's reacting to Vanderbilt. They're almost reacting like he's 3 wide, and then he just pushed up into the wall and just a lot of bad. And really, I don't know what the admin are going to call, but all this bang stuff with Bourne kind of sliding around, it's just tough to avoid sometimes.
Yeah, that's unfortunately going to take a few more drivers out of this race here, as some of those were pretty massive hits. As William White also into the wall pretty hard.
Man, who was that blue truck that flew up in the air? Holy moly! He was looking at nothing but asphalt there for a second. I'm sure Dusty did too there. Oh yeah, William White, he's got smoke blown out. And Jeff Ryan, he went for a ride here.
Oh wow! Kickflip, kept it straight.
Yeah, it was
Never seen that.
It was a tech deck. Those things back in the day.
Yeah,
it's kind of what he was looking like there. Yeah, no kidding. That was crazy. Able to keep it straight.
Never made any front
at this point.
Yeah, well, I don't know the back end of the vehicle. The front end of the vehicle is still perfectly good.
We can still steer it. Let's go. I think, man, how many cars do we still have on track at the?
Right now we still have 37 trucks on the lead lap, so we still have quite a bit considering how hard the contact has been out there.
Yeah, some of these hits are terrible, and I can't even believe William White's one of them. He might be the next car. Yeah, I think he did just go a lap down here as well. That car plume in smoke. I'm pretty sure his night is over as well, but. Man, he's looking
we'll probably lose a few more here, but the pace car has picked these guys up. The lights are off on them. We have quick cautions here tonight, so just more action for everyone at home to be able to watch with the quick cautions. It means that we don't have those long yellows to be able to have to sift through, and just means that these drivers don't have enough of a break to really try to catch their breath. They're going to go right back to action.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, Gerald. You know, I think in the Cup race today, they were talking about how many cars didn't get in a wreck, and I think it was like 10. What do you think we're at with this truck race? With 45 cars starting, or trucks starting?
I think we still have about 20 that haven't been in it, but I don't think that's going to stay the same.
No. And I would say, you know, if you're looking at between 18 to 23, I think that's probably where we're sitting at right now. We're getting ready to go back to the restart here on lap 53 when they take the green.
Well, Eisen had a really good start last time. He's going to try it again here on the bottom lane. Ethan Burrell's going to try to do a better job of predicting of when that 27 is going to go, as the green flag is back out. He doesn't do a very good job at that as well, as now Eisen is able to get out to another 3-truck lean, and we're already 3 wide back there. We're not giving up on this yet.
Fuller just pushing even through the corner. Ethan Burrell, who did not really get a good start on that outside. That's going to be something these guys are going to have to work out, especially if you do have a green-white checker situation here tonight. So now Fuller's going to rip that outside. He wants back up front. He had the taste of the lead earlier. He wants it back.
He lost the lead only due to the fact that there was a tire age difference. He's looking to make that correction here, as he is pushing really hard onto that outside lane to see if he can get back around Ethan Burrell for the second position. Couple trucks making some contact with a wall coming out of turn 2.
Yeah, they're making contact, still staying green. No one's sliding around just yet, as they're battling back here. The 57 of Javier and Seth Rawls battling for that 4th position, coming with 35 laps to go in this race, and it's still, you know, we're getting
still
close
ways
to the
out
end here. But yes,
it's still a ways.
You want to get as much track position as you can, Gerald. But also, like we said, there's a long way to go. You want to save those tires.
Yeah, right now these drivers are still trying to make the decision. Do I go into tire saving mode and try to make it to the end, or do I feel like the wrecking is still going to continue on, and we know that we'll have another chance for new tires? That is the decision to be made.
I do think on this restart, this is the quickest we've really seen the field, and maybe even the most, oddly, that we've seen the field spread out this quickly into a run.
Yeah, it has. again, I think that just leads to drivers trying to start to save a little.
Yep,
I say that.
as you, yep.
It never helps. No, they always prove it wrong.
Yep,
You see the 10 there, McIntosh trying to get that bottom lane. No, that's not McIntosh in the 10. That's
yes, Ty McIntosh.
Yep, Ty McIntosh. Yep, trying to get that bottom lane working.
And how could you call that, Gerald? Because hey, we've been racing in this league for a long time. You can sniff sometimes. You can sniff that out before it even happens, and you did it as it happened.
Yeah. These drivers never change here. No, they will race extremely hard for even the last position. That is just elite racing in a nutshell here, as they are still sliding around. The shade has completely taken over the racetrack as Chad Frankenfield makes it 3 wide back there. It's not stopped the trucks from sliding around. I don't think their cooler air has stopped these trucks from being a handful right now.
It almost looks like, even as they're more single file or 2x2 right now, it almost seems like they're sliding more out of the corner. I don't know if they get comfortable thinking they're by themselves too, but and even their single file and that dirty air will play a huge factor in this race, as well as Frankenfield still trying to battle his way back up into the top 10 right now, trying to work on the 11th position from his teammate Hunter Smith, battling on that outside. And here it shows Chad wanting to go to the front and how hard it is to pass a guy who's ripping that top side like Hunter Smith is right now.
Now we are coming to 29 laps to go in this event. It is starting to click down. We're starting to see who the favorites are going to be at the top of the grid. Ethan Burrell able to get there into the high side lane, trying to make a run back up onto the leader. Last couple laps, he has starting to gain a little bit, getting that high lane rolling. Again, does that necessarily mean that it's better for his tires?
Yep,
Probably not.
It is not. I can tell you. I was testing that. That was probably the only thing I did. That's why I'm not in the race. I didn't practice qualifying lap. I was ripping that outside, and it wears your tires out bad.
No, with the lead though, you get to control the pace and do a little bit better job at saving the tires. As is what Ethan Burrell is banking on, is to try to get in front of the 27 as soon as he can. Oh, wow, man. Great save.
Yeah, I thought he was going around there for a second. He was sideways.
Yeah, able to make contact with the wall. I almost feel like the contact with the wall helped straighten the truck out a little bit and kept it going straight.
Yeah, it was just like slugging. It was crazy. But what a drive by Javier all night. You know, he started back in the 11th position and really just, or 12th position, and really just has been in the top 5 for, I would say, most of the night. So a great charge forward and a great night. And even after that hairy situation there, he's holding a pretty wheel now again.
Leighton Argard right there battling for that, I believe that is the, 8th position? 9th position. Yeah, 8th position. With our points leader, Ray Bracy, doing a really good job. They are still sliding around so much. There's no way they feel comfortable in the trucks right now.
Yeah, it's almost like sometimes you have like a false sense of security, and then all of a sudden something kind of slides around, like McIntosh, even kind of darting around to make it 3 wide. And Josh Adams going to the inside there as well. So you get, sometimes it's confidence, because it feels like you can make the moves until you can't sometimes. So it's sometimes there's false confidence, and sometimes there's false doubt, I guess you would say.
Well, right now, Ray Bracy's battling really hard. I don't think there's been a lap without a truck to his inside, just using that outside lane to kind of keep them behind him. But it has caused a bit of a stack up behind
Higgins,
him.
I think it stuck to the wall there. Yeah, now this is the first time we've seen it. We're like, what have we released? 15 or so laps into this run, and now we're kind of seeing this like Talladega-like pack in this back-to-back.
Adams gave a shove to Ray Bracy, trying to get him out of that groove. Here comes the 12. Oh, he had to lift a little bit.
Oh boy!
They're all right on top of Ray Bracy right now, trying to get around him. Adams looks like he has been able to clear himself, but you can see from the back shot of Ray Bracy, it is an angry beehive right behind him, wanting to get past. They're all right on top of him.
It's wild. The top 6 have basically pulled away by like a second and a half, and it's like 7th on back is this wild madhouse right now, and they are putting on a pretty good show. But hey, these top 6 might be might be pulling away, but the way these boys are racing back here, that can tighten up pretty quick.
I have a feeling one of these drivers in this shot right now will be involved in a wreck not too long from now. Just giving it a hunch right now. There's someone you see will not be making it through this.
Taking a long stab at the shot in the dark there. Oh boy, almost 3 wide. Gavin Higgins, we've seen him up in the wall. Now he's trying to burn the white line. We're back battling. This is all. We're back. Where are we battling back here with?
This is the 9th position here. Ray Bracey trying hard to keep everyone behind him.
Yep. Okay. Now 9th on back. I couldn't see Higgins on the scoreboard here. Ooh,
3 wide back there. They are still. Oh, they're sliding so much. The dirty air is not helping the situation for some of them. As it looks like McIntosh is going to be able to clear himself.
Slide out. But Bracey's going to have that momentum. There'll be 3 wide. Oh boy! And at a weird angle, 3 wide.
Here comes Chad.
Yep. I was going to say that dog will hunt. He sees an opportunity to go 3 wide. He is going to take it.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of a word I could use in that situation. There's not a good one I can use on air, but Chad is absolutely not hesitant to try to throw himself into the worst possible positions available. And here he comes to do just that, as he is now going to try to see if he can be able to pass Ray Bracey and find himself into the top 10.
Chad, when he sees top 10, I think he sees red. He gets a different level of crazy, but we'll see how he does race Ray Bracey here for that 10th position. Oh, Bracey! Oh man, they're all kind of kicking dirt tracking on that turn 2 right now on that top side. They're burning their right rear up right now on that top side for sure. But Chad right now burning that right front, trying to keep that car as quick as possible, trying to stay alongside Bracey, but not working out for him.
You're not Mitchell. Oh,
boy,
into the wall.
It was like monkey see, monkey do behind him.
Yeah, I think they all were focusing on the back bumper of the driver in front of them, and when that first one went into the wall, they all went with them.
Yeah, Norgard. I was wondering if Norgard and Chad made contact there in that initial part, but it seemed like everyone behind them just kind of followed suit. But they're still rolling. We're still green. Norgard probably got the worst out of that as well. He fell back a couple positions back to the 14th spot right now. But Chad, here he goes
Chad.
again.
He's not.
Oh,
he gave the door to the 7.
He slammed him. Get out of my way. He says, little hip check there, Gerald.
He was not wanting to go down to the bottom of the racetrack. He says, "This is my track, and you're just on it."
This is my league. This is my sandbox. Get out of here.
Yeah, he pushed him right out of the way. Chad was not going to wait any longer.
Yeah, more likely, out of honesty, having fun. I think he did get a little tight hitting the bump, and that contact was made. But you know how Chad drives though. Sometimes I think he's okay if that happened.
You'll call it racing and continue on with it. Oh, late Norgard into the wall. Going to lose even more positions.
He's struggling ever since that contact in the wall with with Chad a few laps ago. He's really been falling back. I think he's got some damage. He's definitely not happy with his truck right now.
I think Ray Bracey is also, with the dirty air of drivers getting in front of him, he is now on the slide backwards as he's having a harder and harder time keeping them behind him, as he's going to lose another position here and fall back even further.
Oh boy, almost looked like it was going to be 3 wide. Ooh, another truck again. They're kicking sideways. That's the 73, and that was Dominic Wright.
Ooh, 3 wide there.
3 wide. Here we go. Almost 4 wide, baby. Oh, Frank Bodie and Jeff, they're going to hit. They're going to rock.
Around.
Oh boy. But another car sideways. That I don't know if that's going to be
that
crazy.
Was not.
They were 4 wide.
There was not room there. I don't. Frank Fody got turned around, and there was just the driver behind him stuck a nose into a spot that was not there.
Well, I'm curious. I think, like, for Frank too, why didn't he go down farther? He was kind of in a weird spot. This almost kind of reminds me of like a Hocevar situation here.
Yeah,
It's kind of a borderline. You know, it was aggressive, but
there was a there was a small gap, but not a lot of gap.
And honestly, there, Gerald, in my opinion, I could fault both drivers on that. I think Fody could have got down lower, and Jeff maybe could have been a little less aggressive in that scenario too. So that's a very aggressive, I would say, racing incident.
Regardless, it has now caused us to have a caution, and it's going to stack the entire field up. As you can believe, everyone's going to come down if they have tires available. You bet you they're going to go about getting some new tires put onto their truck. So we're going to see exactly who plays the strategy here. Maybe someone takes 2. We're going to be coming to about 10 laps left to go in this event. So it's a good chance that someone could try to play a little strategy.
Yeah, and especially if, oh man, but you're gonna be slidey. It's gonna be the gamble. We'll see what pays out.
I sure wouldn't want to at Atlanta.
No, but you know, Trey Eidson, the way he's been running, he looks like he's gonna be tough to beat. And if Fuller, maybe he gets back in clean air, he's gonna be tough to beat. And maybe I take 2 to get ahead. You got to do something different than what the leader's doing to have a shot at it. Maybe.
I think Ethan Burrell took 2. I'm almost positive Ethan Burrell.
If he's rolling right now, he took 2. 2, a lot of 2 tires.
Yeah, I told you. I wouldn't do it.
No, I wouldn't do it. But you know, there's someone crazy enough out there, and is Burrell the only one?
No, Ethan Burrell, I guess, was the only one.
Ooh, that. Ooh. And he was running, I believe. He came in.
He was second. Yeah, he was second.
So he only did it for 1 spot. Interesting. But
I think he probably thought some other people would do it too.
Or
that would be the only way.
Gerald, the other thing, we've seen him struggle starting in that second spot, and maybe for him, he's thinking cleaner air is going to be more important than having 4 fresh tires in this race. And we'll see. You know, he's taking this situation to the lab. We'll see if the test results come back positive for him.
Yeah, well, he's gonna. If not, he's gonna make a lot of people very, very upset on this restart if things go horribly wrong. We'll see.
I didn't even think about the restart with the tire spin with the little bit older.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be tire spin.
Yep.
We're gonna have just about 10 laps to go too.
And that's the thing, because everyone's going to be aggressive. No one's gonna burp for him here, because even if he doesn't spin his tires on the restart, after he gets out of that treacherous turn 2 we've seen all night, he's gonna be looser than a lot of the guys behind him, and they're not gonna lift. So it's gonna.
If you lifted before, at 10 laps to go, you're not lifting anymore.
Yep.
There's 0 lift anymore.
Yep. Awesome. Yeah, that's gone.
Now we're gonna have just at 10 laps left to go in this event. Pace car lights are off. Ethan Burrell's now going to be starting on the inside. Ison's going to be starting in that second position. Fuller in third and Javier fourth. EJ O'Rourke in fifth. All those drivers have been really strong for this entire event. We're going to see if one of these drivers are able to continue that, or if we're going to have someone that we haven't spoke about work their way up to the front.
Yeah, I think either way, if Burrell gets out of this or not smoothly, he's going to be sawing that wheel all the time from here on out. We're getting ready to go back green.
Green flag is out. He did not have the best of restarts. That's going to allow the 27 to still be on the outside of him.
That was the worst restart we've seen the leader have. We've never seen it side by side, and this is where the 2 tires could really hurt him.
Oh, he's going to be loose.
Yep.
55. Going to be causing him back up.
Oh, this is going to be big.
Big wreck.
Oh, man. Oh, wow.
It could have been worse.
That dissipated really quickly. I'll give him an attaboy, but probably the worst victim there is EJ O'Rourke and Ethan Burrell, obviously losing a lot of track position with that spin.
So as soon as I saw the 55 get right behind the 37, and put all the wind right onto that back
Yep.
spoiler. I knew it was over.
And four tires, four fresh tires, he would have been just as loose too. And this is
Yeah,
just
4
like
tires would still
cranking it
been
to 11.
difficult, but
Yep, he had no chance. Yep, no.
no, that was just
That-
so much air packed on it.
Yep, that first bobble, he knows he's cooked. But and it looked, I called out. I thought we were going to see a big wreck, and really, only one car, unfortunately for EJ O'Rourke. That could have been huge. That could have been really bad.
On board here with Gavin Hibbs.
Wow.
Wow,
Yeah.
great move.
Oh,
never mind.
Oh, there was the
No,
damage.
that's
There's the other car.
yeah, that's quite a bit of damage.
Right. And unfortunately now we know. Sorry, bud. Gavin Hibbs with his damage. But
Yeah, that's a ton of damage.
Still, all in all, I think a lot of these drivers are happy that it was limited to such few drivers, because you could kind of smell this coming. They were probably on pins and needles waiting for something like that. Because and really can't blame Seth Rawls for getting into the 65 there too. Just the way things happen, it just is what it is.
So this does cause another yellow that is going to stack them back up here. We'll be under 10 laps left to go in this event, as again, it's quick caution, so they'll be lining them up here probably next time by. Eisen now finds himself out front with Javier second, Seth Rawls in third, Ty McIntosh in fourth. Gavin Hibbs is going to have a severe amount of damage, but it looks like he's going to stay out on the racetrack. Is going to be starting in the 5th position on that bottom lane. Jeff Fuller now is going to be finding himself in 6th position, almost outside the range of being able to contend for this win. Higgins in 7th, Adams in 8th, Frankenfields found himself into the 9th position, and Phillips now runs in the 10th position. So I would have to say, unless if something crazy happens, one of our winners is going to probably be from the 6th position forward. It's just going to be a little too hard to be able to make up a ton of positions past that with so few laps left in this event.
Yeah, I think if we're talking about maybe anyone 7th on back, we're talking a lot of chaos going on all over the track all over again. But again, Trey Eisen, he's been holding a pretty wheel most of the night here tonight. But Dylan Hamir, I just like it. He's sitting pretty in that 2nd spot. We'll see what he can do on the outside on this restart. We haven't seen that 2nd position guy get that good of a restart. But man, if he can get a win here tonight, I think it'd be an incredibly earned victory for him. He might not have been leading a lap yet, but he's definitely been up front all night.
I think it's going to be hard to get past Eisen. Ever since that strategy to take tires early on got him the lead, he has been the heavy favorite out front leading this event and has done a really good job of being able to keep people behind him. So we'll see. The biggest thing that goes for him is how well he's been able to approach these restarts and jumping out to an early lead. So we'll see if he's able to do that once again now that he's going to have Javier to his outside. Pace lights are off. We'll be going back to green. Just a little over 5 laps left in this event.
It's going to be an electric restart here. We'll see. All these guys up front now are on the same tire, but it's still going to be wild going into turn 1 here. It's going back green. Oh boy. Inside line, great restart there.
Well, once again, Eisen has had these restarts down. Pat gets out to an early lead. Has now allowed Seth Rawls.
Oh,
we got a little bit of
Fuller.
Fuller is trying everything he can to be able to get back to the front with so limited amount of laps left. Hibbs is doing a really good job with the amount of damage on him to keep it up.
We're going to see once we're up to full song, we'll see if these cars catch him behind him. Are they going to just move him out of the way, or can he hang on? I thought he'd be in worse shape too.
These drivers are all over the field. 3 wide, Chad. Contact back there. Boy.
This isn't good. This isn't a recipe for goodness here. Oh my god.
Oh, there's a lot of contact. Contact spinning out in the back.
Boy.
It's going to be the 51, the 1, and the 12.
Oh god, man, they're still hitting each other.
Same 3 over and over again.
Yeah.
Harrison Talon, Leighton Norgard, and the 1 there were involved. Rasimas. They went 3 wide. I was watching it as it unfolded. It looked like I believe Rasimas came up the racetrack a little bit.
Yep, pushed up. Yep, yep. That is just that dirty air. You push up almost like your tires flat. These guys just stuck together, and still after that, Rasimas did get a pretty good shot in the inside wall. But man, I feel like
We're getting
Ford
lucky.
Norgard, he's been he hasn't gotten in a bad wreck, but he's been like a victim of circumstance most of this night here tonight.
Definitely a night to forget for Leighton Norgard, as nothing has really worked his way. Had a strong car, been right outside the top 10, but every time he tries to get into it, something like this happens.
Yep, and he did make that contact with Rasimas there too, but it just a weird, odd situation, and oh man, poor Norgard. It's just enough to give him hope because he keeps getting back up into those positions just outside the top 10, but it might be a little bit tougher now with just a handful of laps to go. Are we talking green-white checkered yet?
I think it might be a natural green-white checkered at this point. I don't think it's going to be an actual green-white checkered. I think we'll be on a natural one right now.
Okay, so yeah, still in that range of a green-white checkered. So everyone's going to be definitely on the chip here, and a couple cars getting some damage fixed. Eidson, is he gonna pit? No, you're not gonna pit now. And can anyone match his restarts though?
Nah, Eidson has had these restarts down pat. I mean, it's going to be really, really hard. Seth Rawls got into second position because that inside lane had such a good restart. And from my memory, Old Atlanta, the tires chatter on that outside lane on restarts. For some reason, it just doesn't have the same amount of grip as the bottom one does. So Eidson has figured it out perfectly and gets out to just big enough lead to where before anyone could do anything, a caution's back out.
Yeah, basically, if you're the guy in second, you're gonna have to in your head try to do some voodoo magic, predict exactly when, and try to almost beat him to it, but not beat him to it, if you know what I mean. Just so you can time it right and get maybe a halfway decent run. But it's so difficult. If someone can hang on to that outside, the only time we've really seen it was obviously when Burrell restarted with the older tires and with that tire spin, but. Yeah, it's going to be tough to beat for Seth Rawls here on this restart.
Well, you also have to remember, it's not winning in anymore. Points do matter, so... he took the high side this time. How about that?
Interesting. And they're not teammates, I don't believe, or maybe they're like sister teams, perhaps. He's a shift.
Because...
Okay, yeah, it's shift. Okay, there. Thank you, Jesse. Yep, there. Teammate stuff going on here.
That does allow the 55, which I honestly think is Eidson's biggest competitor, to have the starting lineup right behind a leader. I don't know. I know teammates are important, but you allow Fuller to have a really good position to be able to now come at you.
Yeah, he's gonna be one of the best guys in this scenario to predict. Rawls will probably get the countdown of when he's going to go green, but Fuller's going to be right there on his rear end and be able to predict it too.
Well, we are going to have a natural green-white checkered here. So we are not technically at the green-white checkered allotment yet, but here they come to the restart line. We're going to have two laps left to go in this event. Green flag is out. Fuller right behind Eidson. Both having a really good start here. Not what Eidson wants to see.
I am surprised too, because you got to imagine in team chat they did count down that restart, and I don't know if it was tire spin, but Rawls definitely did not get a great restart.
We might not be done wrecking here. They are all over the track as here they come back around. Are they going to see the white flag? Here comes Fuller. He's going to have a huge run on that outside lane. Is he going to have a run at the 27? Are we going to get to the white flag? It looks like we are. We're going to have one more lap left to go in this event. As here they come into turns 1 and 2. Eidson out front. Fuller battling with Seth Rawls on that bottom lane.
Look at another
looks like it's just holding him up.
McIntosh, he kills up into that 4th spot. Shift Esports having a strong run, and Fuller in that sandwich. Can he get anything done? I don't think he can.
As here they come, coming out of turns 4. to win here at Hotlanta. It's going to be Eidson in the 27 winning in the third race of the Trucks GG in the Elite Series. Good win for Eidson in that 27. Here comes the 55 of Fuller to give him a congratulations. Big pile up behind after the finish line.
Yeah, they were slipping and sliding. They were, Fuller tried. He tried to make that move, but with Rawls, and that's where the teammates maybe played out here on that restart. They were, with Rawls battling Fuller, that really prevented Fuller from trying to make runs, because they were at one point on that green-white checkered. He was close enough to maybe make a move, but when he had Seth Rawls the inside, couldn't get it done. And now we see Trey Eidson. Perfect strategy, perfect run here tonight, and able to get that victory.
Started third, had the strategy to take tires early on, worked out perfectly, won the stage, and now has come back to win the race. Going to have the maximum amount of points here tonight. It's going to rocket himself up the standings. So we'll see how that all turns out at the end of this race with the point standings, but good race for him. Let's go ahead and go through the field and see how our finishing results were. So we had a few drivers find themselves in the top 10 that weren't there before. Trey Eidson able to get the win. Jeff Fuller in the second position. Seth Rawls able to help his teammate and still be able to get a top 3 finish. Ty McIntosh in 4th. Joshua Adams 5th. Good run by Gavin Hibbs to get back up into the 6th position. Gavin Higgins in 7th. Jeff Green, how about that? Finds himself in the 8th position. Didn't talk about him all night pretty much, and finds himself in a good finishing spot. Paul Mikolajczyk in 9th position, and Dylan Javier in 10th.
Yeah, and it's crazy because there's obviously a lot of movers and shakers on the top 10 that really shook it up. Paul Mikolajczyk, we haven't really talked about him all night, and Jeff Green. He's he had that tank slap early in the run. Otherwise, we haven't really talked about. We talked about Gavin Higgins, almost like hitting, slapping the wall, battling back for 15th, and able to get a great finish there back in that 7th position.
Yeah, great race for us here at the Elite Series. This truck race was 88 laps is pretty quick for a race, but these drivers it had a ton of action going on as we have all of our drivers in the waiting room. We're going to go ahead and pull up our 3rd place finisher of Seth Rawls. Seth Rawls is in the booth with us now for Shift Esports. Good finish for him, a 1st and a 3rd for that team. Really good points night. And a 5th.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, good points finish for these drivers. How much does that now change the aspect? Now that you go into where win and in is out of it, and points now are what you look for when you come into an event like this. Is it just now focusing on gaining as many points to get locked into that top 14?
Yeah, honestly, I think that kind of hit me this race a lot. Just with where we were racing and how hectic it was out there, especially at the start of the race. Trying to manage your stuff and try to, like you said, be there for the points at the end. I got 6th in the stage, and I think I finished, 6th in the stage and then 3rd in the race. So overall, a good points day. But I was totally content with not trying to, drive over my head. I had a rough week last week with Mexico, so really try to come to this race, get what you can get, but don't wreck yourself for nothing, basically.
Yeah, one thing I want to ask you too, Seth, you had a great run all night long too, but that last restart, Trey took the outside. He was great on restarts all night long, but the guy in second always had that disadvantage. Was there some sort of countdown you even tried, and how hard is it on these restarts to start second?
Well, with this restart zone, it's more challenging, I feel like, to do the countdown, especially if you're side by side. And honestly, I don't know if you guys, obviously you guys watched the restart before, but he didn't count me down at all. He just told me when he was going. And I timed up perfectly, and that was my best, teammate move, I feel like, the whole race. But yeah, side by side, it's tough to count it down, especially like you said, the inside truck is at a disadvantage, especially with this, the new restart zone thing. I can kind of roll into it, but I don't want to beat him to the gas. He says, 3, 2, 1 or whatever. So overall, I tried to race Justin as hard as I could to keep him away from Trey. But yeah, overall, not a bad race at all. I'll take it 100%.
Well, we want to go ahead and let you do your shout outs for your team and for everyone that helps get you here. As like we said, Shift Esports is going to have 2 of those here tonight to be able to accomplish that. But let's see if you can beat your teammate in the shout out competition.
Oh shoot. Okay, so obviously shout out to the team. We haven't been together in like 3 weeks. I think we haven't raced in 3 weeks. So it's great to see all the guys again, talk to them all. Obviously, it was a tale of 2 halves for the team. 3 of us trucks in the top 5, 3 of the trucks in the bottom 30. But I'll just shout myself out. SR Design, reach out, SethRollsDesign.com. Logos, graphics, anything you need, I'm your guy. Long 3D prints, you need a 3D print of something, reach out to Logan, a great friend of mine. Always does some cool 3D printing. Taylor Digital Solutions is my cup sponsor, but they're on my quarter panel in this series. Marketing, small business marketing, reach out to us, TaylorDigitalSolutions.com. Obviously, shout out to Trey, AP Quality, huge for our partners there. Obviously, you guys, I didn't even know you were YouTuber commentating this race. It's good that I made it to the interview, but I got to talk to you guys.
There you go.
Rock, man. Heck yeah.
Well, that's Seth Rawls. We're happy to have him in here. Now we might have a new watcher because sounds like he hasn't been watching us the last couple races. So
no, last couple races I've not been doing good, so I don't know what to watch. But now I will.
Fair.
There you
Heck
go.
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right, that's
See you,
Seth
boys.
Rawls there. See you later. We're gonna go ahead and see if we can bring up our second place finisher of Justin Fuller. Justin Fuller is able to get a second place finish, but feel like he had probably the strongest truck here tonight, but things just didn't go his way for one thing or another, either with being off strategy with the new tires versus old tires to just not being able to get into the right line. How frustrating was tonight, would you say, when you consider that you probably had the fastest truck?
It's not frustrating at all. It was the cautions were kind of frustrating, and getting kind of off sequence with the tires was a little bit frustrating. But we had enough speed in the truck that we were able to just maintain 4th place and have a good run, regardless if it had gone green. I think I leveled off there in 4th with the newer tires. So I mean, having a good run for me at this racetrack, and I consider this one of my worst racetracks. So to run this good, I'm more than happy with the 2nd place. Obviously, the win would have been nice, but I can't be mad at 2nd.
You know, just from your reaction there, and just watching you drive tonight, and you know, being fast, and man, I saw you like just wheeling it, dirt tracking out of the corner. It just seemed like you had a blast running out here tonight. How fun was the track with the slipping and sliding and all that?
It threw everybody for a loop, I think, because when we practiced and qualified, it was very tight. And I didn't really do a lot of practice runs in the pack, but the single car runs and the little bit of packing I did do, it was tight and never really got loose, and it threw everybody for a loop at that point when we were getting loose on the first start of the race. So kind of had to change our mentality of the race as it went on. I'm not sure what changed. I don't think the track jump was too much different, but something definitely changed, and it just made it a lot more fun, honestly. Being able to drive it off the right rear a little bit more is a lot of fun at this racetrack.
Well, we want to go ahead and let you get your thank yous and shout outs there with not a super long season. So any of these top 3s with how strong the competition is with 50 drivers showing up for it is always an accomplishment, even to be able to get a 2nd place here. So we want to go ahead and let you do a thank you and shout out for both you and your team.
Yeah, thanks to the Elite Racing League and for what they do for everybody here. It's a fun league to come race in. I'm glad to come back for this series. Thanks to you guys putting on the broadcast. Thanks to Nerditudes for being on board. And thanks to all my teammates at Aftermath Motorsports. Thanks to everybody in the race. It was a lot of fun. Thanks to everybody that watched. And looking forward to the next one. Indianapolis, great track for me too. So hopefully we'll talk to you next week and contend for another win.
That's Justin Fuller. Oh, now that's Justin Fuller there, our 2nd place finisher, able to get some strong points his way as we get closer and closer to the end of this regular season. We're going to go ahead and bring up our winner now here for Shift Esports. That, of course, is Trey Eidson, able to get the victory. Got it with a strategy to get the lead, but from then on, he played dominator as he was able to lead the majority of the laps here tonight and able to get a strong finish here, even with all the restarts. Take us through kind of how the race, did it play out to how you had hoped to? Because it sure did work out your way.
Yeah, I was kind of struggling that first run with the dirty air because I mean, I know we didn't have a lot of green flag laps that first little 20 lap run or 20 laps, but like the truck would not do the same thing lap after lap. Like center off at 3, sometimes it would do what it's supposed to do, and then other laps you would just lose the nose, and I thought I was headed for the fence. So I really wasn't going forward, and we had, I don't know, 10-ish green flag laps into that first 20. So I kind of said, screw it. We got 3 sets. This is kind of a short race at 80 something laps. So I'm going to come in and see what happens. Honestly thought we were going to come out further back than 15th when we went back green. And so I knew I'd at least get some stage points, but I didn't know it was going to be, I didn't know the tires were going to matter that much. We drove all the way to the lead. So, kind of got out there. Ethan kind of hung around like a 1 to 1.2 back. I was just trying to not screw up at that point, and then you kind of hit the nail on the head. A bunch of restarts at the end. That was kind of tough to not be predictable in the restart zone. One of them, Seth, just got me going. Like I wasn't even ready, and he was like, "You're going, like we're going." So it kind of worked out, and then really just the last few laps there with the way the tires are, you just hold it wide open and pray nobody gets a major draft on you.
You know, that's crazy that you say that too about the restarts, because all kind of all night long the kind of theme was, who has the better truck, who's driving the truck better tonight? Is it Trey or is it Justin? And I think the big factor, the big difference from what I could see was the restarts. You were like, Fuller had amazing restarts, but you almost looked like you blew him out of the water out of 9 times out of 10 on those restarts. But I felt like that was a big factor. So I was going to ask you, what it was, but sometimes maybe it was just a persuasion there.
Yeah, I just tried not to. I think I did 3 or 4 as the leader. So I mean, I just tried to, go as soon as you get to the box, or maybe you go in the middle, maybe you go late. Like you try not to, especially if the same person is going to line up beside you each time. Like they're going to start catching on to kind of where you're going. So I think I did a pretty good job of switching that up. And like I said, one time, I like obviously Seth and I are on the same team. I was like, I think I'm going to go early, and he took that to heart, and he got me going. Like he slammed me before I was even in the gas. So luckily
That's why
we
he's
were,
Rocket Man.
yeah, he's like, I own that thing, so who cares? It's going. Um, yeah, it actually worked out. It got us both out there. I thought we were in great shape. We unfortunately had one more restart where I picked the top so he wouldn't be in too bad of a position on the outside if the bottom just rolled him. Since it was only on that shoot, I was trying to keep him where he would get a top 2 or top 3. So I don't know. I really enjoy racing Atlanta. I wish it wasn't so top dependent after the tires wear out, because sometimes you can roll the bottom here and really take care of your stuff, and it'll pay off if we stay green. But we really just didn't get that tonight. I really had to play air games there with like the inside of 30 to go with Ethan when he ran me back down, because one lap he would run the bottom, and then one lap he'd run the top, and I was trying to like air block him because I had cooked my right front thinking we were going to keep getting yellows, and we didn't. So I drove way too hard. So he did a good job managing his stuff, and I didn't think I was going to be able to hold him off. And then I think the 95 was there too. So those guys were definitely coming on strong. The cautions definitely saved me, but win the stage, win the race. That's max points night, and I will gladly take that.
There you go. That's our winner here. We want to go ahead and let you, Trey Ison, to be able to get you your thank yous and shout outs, as you got max points here tonight with both winning the stage and winning the race here. So very good points night for you. But want to go ahead and let you do your thank yous and shout out for both you and Shift Esports.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm apparently the points leader based off what Ray put in Discord, which I don't remember where I finished at Daytona, but I'm a little shocked to see that I jumped all the way up to the points leader. So that's cool. But thanks to Chad, all the admins, all you guys behind the scenes. Don't get the recognition you probably deserve. I know it's a lot of effort to do this 4 or 5 nights out of the week. Thank you to AB Quality Auto Glass. They're on all 3 of my vehicles. Hopefully I can run pretty good tomorrow. Don't know where we're racing. Maybe Indy? Does that sound right? Yeah, if y'all know, you could tell me. But Michigan. Okay, that's better than Indy. Don't tell Chad.
Well, next
That's
week,
where the
next
trucks
week,
are racing next week. Yeah.
next week you'll have to wait, but tomorrow at least you get Michigan.
Gotcha. Yep. Not a fan of Indianapolis.
And I think, yeah.
But yeah, thanks to those guys. I mean, all the sponsors of the league. This is a great league. I know everybody gives each other some stuff at time to time, but it's a really good group, really competitive. So appreciate everybody's work behind the scenes. Oh yeah, thanks Seth and everyone at Shift E. Can't leave them out.
Ooh,
About became a free agent.
That's your race winner here, Trey Eitzen, winning it here at Atlanta for the 3rd race of the Tanks GG Truck Series. Congratulations to him. I have a feeling, though, Goody, we're not going to be done hearing from him before the end of the season. I think he's probably put himself at being one of the favorites, if not the favorite, for winning it all at the end of this season. But any final remarks, Goody?
Yeah, I think one heck of a run for Trey Eitzen tonight, and like you said, he might not be in victory lane week in, week out, but he is a guy that's going to be there. And with this new point system, I think he's going to be a guy that's pretty dangerous. Although I'm a little worried because he wasn't as confident as the guy who just finished second with Justin Fuller. But it'll be fun to see what happens next week at Indy.
That's what makes a championship. A bunch of different races and different drivers being stronger than others at some than maybe the majority. But we'll see how it all plays out at Indy next week. You're not going to want to miss it, as these trucks always put on a show. Thank you, Goody, for joining me here tonight. Sorry you didn't get to race in it, but we appreciated being here.
It is what it is. I know I'm not going to be running Indy, so I'll be up here in the booth next week.
And of course, thank you to Jesse Rasimas for doing an amazing job of being able to do all of the videoing here at Atlanta. We appreciate everyone, and we hope to again see you again at Indianapolis for the 4th race of the Tanks GG. Thank you, everyone, and have a wonderful night.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Crowd going wild. Yeah.